Hi friends, good morning. Welcome to ASTRA 2022 program presented by Akka IAS Academy. In this particular video, I'll be dealing with 7 different questions based upon CSAT and 3 reading comprehensions questions. So let's begin. So the first question is, consider the following distance time graph here. Okay, so this is the graph here, and y scale is time here and x scale is distance here. Okay, so the graph shows 3 athletes A, B and C running side by side for a 30-kilometer race. With reference to the above graph, consider the following statements here. So 3 statements are given here. Okay, so the race was won by A. B was ahead of A up to 25-kilometer mark here. C ran very slowly from the beginning. So which of the statement given above or is or correct here? Okay, so we need to examine the graph here, my dear friends. Okay, see here. So the race was won by A, so we need to examine the first statement here. Okay, so this is the 30-kilometer mark here, and A and B have reached here, whereas C has not reached the 30-kilometer mark here. So we need to compare between A and B here. See here. Okay, so when I draw a reference line from A here, around this is time here, right? So 25 to 30, in between 25 to 30 the race was completed by A, whereas around 35 minutes the race was completed by B here, and C has not completed the race here. So statement 1 is right, my dear friends. Okay, the statement the race was won by A. See here, in between 25 to 30 minutes, around C 26 or 27 minutes, we can guess here, around 27 minutes he has completed the race here, and B has completed the race at 35 minutes here. So the race was won by A. First statement is correct here. Okay, so B was ahead of A up to 25-kilometer mark here. Okay, see here, this is the 25-kilometer mark here. Okay, so this is the 25-kilometer mark here. You need to draw a reference line, my dear friends. Okay, so B was ahead of A up to 25-kilometer mark here. See, somewhere you draw a reference line here also, then also you will be getting the exact solution, my dear friends. Okay, so if at all A is here, around 20 between 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, around somewhere around 24 minutes, A will be covering 16, between 15 to 16 or 17 kilometers here. Okay, so in the same time B will be covering the same distance in and around 15 minutes here, friends. Okay, the same distance is covered by B at 15 minutes, whereas the same distance is covered by A around 24 minutes here. Okay, so it means that B was ahead of A. Okay, still 25-kilometer mark here. Okay, so till 25-kilometer mark also the same reference is given here. Okay, so second statement is also correct, my dear friends. Okay, so C ran very slowly from the beginning, so we need to compare the C here. See here, C ran very slowly from the beginning. Okay, see, if at all I draw a reference line here, so for C to complete 15 kilometers of journey, he was taking around 6 minutes here. Okay, so it is C ran very slowly from the beginning. The statement doesn't hold good here, friends. Okay, C ran actually very fast from the beginning. After around 24 kilometers, his speed declined drastically, my friends here. Okay, so C ran very slowly from the beginning. That statement is wrong, my dear friends. Okay, so option B, 1 and 2 only is the correct option, my dear friends. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Consider the following figures. What is the missing number here? Okay, so we need to find the missing number here. So this is the table here. So 2 and 80, 6 and 24, 3 and 20, and this is the question mark here. Okay, so see here, friends, you will get a pattern here. So 2 into 4 is 8, whereas 2 into 40 will be 80 here. Okay, so 6 into 4 is 24 here. Similarly, 3 into 4 is 12, whereas 3 into 40 is 120 here, and question mark into 4 shall be 36 here, my dear friends. Okay, so according to this reference, see here, these two references are same here. 2 into 40 is 80 and 3 into 40 is 20. Therefore 6 into 4 is 24 and question mark into 4 shall be 36 here. So from the option, it's actually option C, my dear friends. Okay, 9 4s are 36 we will be getting here. So option C is the right answer, my dear friends. So moving on to the next question. Study the following figure. A person goes from A to B, always moving to the right or downwards. So this is very important, right or downwards along the lines. How many different routes can he be able to adopt here? Okay, so these are the options here, and this is the figure here. Okay, so I shall draw a reference point here, my dear friends. Okay, see here, 1 and 2, 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 and 7. See here, friends, actually this question shall be solved in two different methods. Okay, one formula method and another conventional method. See, formula method I'll be dealing with you in the first case. Okay, so how many rectangle, if at all you consider it as a rectangle, my dear friends. Okay, it's showing as a square. If at all you square or rectangle, whatever you consider, what are the grid pattern here? Actually it is 2 into 2 rectangular grid or square grid here, my dear friends. Okay, so we need to the person needs to go from A to B here. Okay, so between 2 points he will be traveling, and how many grids are there? Actually 4 into 4, 2 into 2 grids are there, so 4 grids will be there here. Okay, so in between 4 grids he need to travel to 2 grids here, so 4C2 will be the formula here, my dear friends. Okay, so 4C2 is nothing but 6, my dear friends. Okay, 6 different ways. Option C is the right answer here. See here, the other conventional method I'll be dealing with you right now here. So the first possibility will be A, he'll be starting from here, he needs to go downwards, or else he needs to go to the rightwards. Okay, so he'll be directly, the first possibility will be here. Okay, so A, 1 and 2, and directly he will be going to B here. So this is the first possibility. And second possibility will be A will be going starting from here till first point, he will move here, and then 4 and then 5 and then B here. Okay, this is the second possibility. And third possibility will be A will be moving from A and 1, first point he will move here, and then from 4 he will be getting 4 here, and from 4 he will be going to 7 here, and 7 to B here. So these are the three different possibilities. And fourth possibility will be, see here, A, either he'll start to move downwards here. Okay, so 3. Okay, so then 4 point, then fifth point, then B here. Okay, so fifth possibility will be A will be moving again downwards, 3 is there, so 3 to 4, and then 4 to 7, and 7 to B here. Okay, so the sixth possibility will be again A will be moving directly here, so A 3 and 6, and he will be moving to B here. Okay, so these are the 6 different possibilities, my dear friends. Okay, so you can solve this question in two different methods, a formula method and as well as the conventional method that you need to figure out like this, my dear friends. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Directions for the following 3 items here. Okay, read the passage given below, study the graph and that follows, and answer the 3 items given below the figure here. Okay, so this is the figure here. Number of bacteria. Okay, number of bacteria and time here. Okay, so A, B, C, D, E, so these are the different phases here. Okay, so during a party a person was exposed to contaminated water. A few days later, okay, a few days later he developed fever and loose motions. He suffered for some days before going to a doctor for treatment. So he suffered for some days before going to a doctor for treatment. On starting the treatment he soon became better and recovered completely a few days later. The following bar graph shows different phase of the person's disease conditions as regions A, B, C, D, A and E of the curve here. So based upon this passage we need to answer the question, my dear friends. Okay, so this is for the first question is, which region or regions of the curve corresponds to the incubation phase of the infection? Incubation phase of the infection means here it has not yet resulted, but actually the infection has been built here, my dear friends. Okay, so according to the graph here, option A will be the right here, friends. Region A here. See, I'll be drawing the graph now here. See friends, actually this is the graph here. Okay, so this will be the incubation phase here. Okay, so option A only is the right answer, my dear friends. Okay, so you need to keep the graph as the reference here, then you need to answer the questions, my dear friends. Okay, so moving on to the next question. Which region of the curve indicates that the person began showing the symptoms of infection here? So symptoms of infection means incubation phase, then next he'll be showing the symptoms here, my dear friends. Okay, so the option will be option B here. Okay, in the next phase he'll be showing the indications that he has grown up with these symptoms here. Okay, so the next question is, which region of the curve indicates that the treatment yielded effective relief here? So effective relief means actually, so according to the graph, actually the region C, okay, the region C indicates that the treatment yielded effective relief here. Okay, so then option A is the right answer here. Okay, so moving on to the next question. There are 4 routes to travel from city A to city B here. Okay, so there is a city A here and there is a city B here. Okay, so there are 4 different routes here. Okay, 1 2 and 3 and 4. Okay, so 1 2 3 and 4 different routes to travel from city A to city B, and 6 routes from city B to city C here. Okay, so city C will be here. There are 6 routes to travel from city B to city C here. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 5 and 6 here. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 5 6 here. Okay, so how many routes are possible to travel from city A to city C here? Okay, so this is the conventional method of doing the solution, arriving to the solution, my dear friends. Okay, see here, if at all a person travels from A to B according to the route 1 here, so route 1, he is in route 1, he will be traveling from A to B, and then he will be having 1 2 3 4 5 6 option, my dear friends. Okay, so this option 1 will be ended with the 6 different option here. So how many options are there from A to B actually? So there are 4 options, and each option is getting 6 different routes from B to C here. So 4 into 6 will be 24 here. Okay, this is the simple question, my dear friends. Okay, so according to the actually formula method also, see here, from A to B he is having 4 different routes, and here, okay, so and means multiplication here. Okay, according to the formula method. Okay, and from B to C, how many routes he is having? Actually 6 routes he is having. So and means multiplication, so 4 into 6 will be 24 here. Okay, so you can draw a diagram also, or else without drawing diagram also you can arrive to the question here. Okay, so moving on to the next question. He walked several miles that day but could not get anything to eat or drink except some dry bread and some water here. Okay, which he got from cottagers and farmers. As night fell, he slept under a haystack lying in a meadow. He felt frightened at first, for the wind blew awfully over the empty fields. He felt cold and hungry, and was feeling more lonely than he had ever felt before. He, however, soon fell asleep, being much tired with his long walk. When he got up the next day, he was feeling terribly hungry, so he purchased a loaf of bread with few coins that he had. Okay, so this is the passage here. The question is, okay, the first question is, when the night fell, he slept here. When the night fell, he slept in the open fields under the pile of dry grass in the farmer's cottage under a tree here. Okay, so the passage reads, he slept under a haystack here. Haystack means a pile of dry grass here. So option B is the right answer here. Okay, so moving on to the next question. He soon fell asleep because he was exhausted. He was all alone. He had not slept for days. He was very frightened here. Okay, he was exhausted according to the option A is the right answer here. So moving on to the next question. With reference to the passage, consider the following statements. He was walking through the countryside. The cottagers and farmers gave him enough food so that he could sleep at night without feeling hungry here. Okay, so here according to the passage, he woke up hungry the next day. So on the same day he was not eaten, my dear friends. Okay, or else he was not fed, my dear friends. So option 2 is the wrong answer here. He was walking through the countryside. Actually he slept in the cottages and all. According to that reference, he is walking through the countryside. So option A, 1 only, is the right answer, my dear friends. Okay, so this is it for today. I shall catch up with you in the next video. Hope your preparations are going well. God bless you all. Thank you and all. I shall catch up with you in the next video.